Good morning. It's Saturday, January 30th, and this morning's devotion is taken from Christ in Our Home. This one is actually for today's date. It's called Push Too Far. It's taken from Matthew 8:28 to 9, verse 1. And he bases it on verse 34, which says, "When they saw Jesus, they begged him to leave their neighborhood." The Gadarene townspeople were afraid. They had heard the fantastical tales from swineherds who witnessed Jesus' power over the demons who had terrorized their community. The people had no reason to trust or even thank him. They wanted him gone. We might be amused or impressed by Matthew's tale. We can't imagine wanting to push Jesus away. Or can we? Have you ever felt uncomfortable with something Jesus said or did? Occasionally in the Gospels, Jesus' words seem to go a step too far. When he calls the Canaanite woman a dog, when he says, "Love your enemies," when he commands us to forgive people who have hurt us deeply, when he instructs us to sell every worldly possession. Like those Gadarenes, we can always push Jesus away when he makes us uncomfortable. But fortunately, we know he speaks out of love and can be trusted. That just might be enough to make us willing to stick around and learn from him. I just think about how hard it is sometimes. I think about that when I see situations that I seem to have no control over. If I see someone on the side of the road, but I'm in a hurry, how does that work? Love your neighbors, do your best, and help people, and the Samaritan and all that kind of thing. And then you fall short and think, oh my gosh, I can't do this. Christian thing is too hard. But there are times that you can. Jesus holds the standard up for us to strive for. Just something we can try to attain. And, I'm not going to sell everything, but I'm going to watch more what I buy, what I spend, what I receive, those kinds of things. We push them away, right? We push them away all the time. And at least I do. In my life as well. I'm just like everyone else. There's times when it's convenient, when times it's not convenient. And to learn to try to embrace the inconvenient as something to be learned from. I think he's saying that too. Is the disciples, when they were fishing and fixing their nets, and Jesus walked by them and said, "Follow me," and there was something about that call that was enough to get them to follow. And not just in a physical sense, walking behind, but also in a ministry sense. Follow what he does. Do what he does, like a good instructor, like a good rabbi, a good, master craftsperson. Do what I do, learn from me. And there's always something more to learn. And knowing that we will learn, will fail, but Jesus will be there always. And speaking out of love and kindness and for our own benefit, that's got to be something that is buried in our heart deeply and is something that impels us to go about to try to follow. The call is there. We push away. That's our human nature. But there is the attraction to keep coming back. Let us pray. Gracious and loving God, we thank you that you call us and that you don't remain pushed away, that you keep coming for us. Even though we feel we don't want you, we think we don't want you, we do, more than you can ever know. We ask this day too, to be with the Wieselman family as they mourn and celebrate the death and life of Hart Wieselman, a beloved member of our community, a beloved member of the family of God. Keep them always in your embrace as he enters new life in you. And help the family to continue their journey through the highs and lows, but knowing your presence is with them always. In your name we pray. Amen. So as I mentioned, the visitation for Artie is at 11 o'clock. Funeral service is at 1 o'clock at Miller and Grafton. location, so think about that. Prayers are always welcome. And then a committal service after that. And then Sunday, of course, the open forum at 9:45. Jeremy, police officer, tells us about listening and supporting in a meaningful way. So have a blessed day, and I'll see you tomorrow.